right, well, we're here with Ben Brockert today. Thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, thank you.
So there's been quite a few transitions and changes in your life recently.
It's true.
You've gone from working at Masten Aerospace to Armadillo Aerospace, and now you're having your own venture. So can you tell us about what that is and how you got there?
Yeah, so I was at Masten for about 3 years and then at Armadillo for about 2 years, and I decided that it was time for me to strike out on my own. I really enjoyed working at both companies. I learned a great deal, and I hoped I helped them with their projects. I think we accomplished a lot of really cool stuff, but there were some projects that I wanted to work on that I didn't have time to and some various approaches that I wanted to try out that I wasn't going to have a chance to. So I decided to strike out on my own, and we'd just done some really cool flights at Armadillo, so it was a good it was an opportune time to go and do something. Yep, I moved. Armadillo's in the Dallas area, so I moved up to the Denver area, which has a really good startup culture as well as quite a few different aerospace companies, so that I'm not out there on my own. And so I've been trying to get the company running there. So far, it is the company is just me, but I'm working towards expanding and getting something really interesting running. Yeah.
What's the name of your new company?
So the company is Able Space Company, or Able Space Co. So it's in a list of NewSpace companies that it's alphabetically first, which is nice to have. But there was a rocket called Thor Able, so there is a little bit of space heritage to it. But the idea is something that's easy to spell, and of course in this day and age, a company name that I could buy domain names for, so it is way more important than it used to be. So it is ablesc.com.
So with Able Space, what are your plans? Are you wanting to do more of the sort of suborbital rockets that you did previously with Masten and Armadillo, or what sort of work are you wanting to do?
Well, when I was first getting into it, I was looking at getting into the small sat business, into launching small satellites, nano satellites, stuff under, from individual CubeSat size up to maybe 100 pounds. Right now I've scaled back from that somewhat, and I'm looking more at the suborbital market. I think there's a niche, there's the NASA Flight Opportunities Program, where there is an existing market that's reasonably easy to get into. And so Masten is focusing much more on the vertical takeoff, vertical landing, which I love, but is a fairly complex approach. And so they're working on perfecting that approach. Armadillo is working on fairly large rockets on the liftoff weights in the multiple thousands of pounds, and delivering fairly large payloads suborbitally. So I think there's a niche in the small suborbital rockets that I would be able to serve with the capabilities that I have. So that's where I'm looking. I'm also currently working on a test stand project. I've long had education. Is a very important thing to me, making it possible for other people to get into the industry. So I'm working on a liquid propellant test stand of a roughly 1,000-pound thrust capability. Objective being to get it under about $2,000, which is within the scope of student space groups to be able to do fundraising in a year, kind of thing. That's about the budget of the Iowa State Space Society when I was a member of that. So you wouldn't really want to go to a doctor that had never done actual doctoring before. There's an entire process in most industries where you can actually get hands-on experience before you finish up college. But in aerospace, it's actually fairly rare for people to get, even if they want to work on propulsion, for them to actually work on propulsion before they graduate. So I want to make it easier for people to do that. And also, apply the lessons that I've learned as far as safety and reliability to that. There are a few tricky spots, obviously in rocket propulsion. They do call it rocket science. So I want to, publish some of the things that I've learned and make it easier for people to get into it and be able to do things safely.
So after the test stand project, are you looking more to do like different sort of contract work for different parts of vehicles, or continue more with doing the Flight Opportunities Program?
Yeah. So I am. The two major options when starting a small aerospace company are bootstrapping and investment. And so right now I am taking the bootstrapping approach, which is either you get contracts and you use your profits from your contracts to do what you want to do, or you go out and you raise a bunch of money, of other people's money, and you try to do something that you can eventually, make the company valuable. So right now I'm on the bootstrapping track. So I have been doing contracting work, both aerospace and non-aerospace. I'm looking for more jobs along that line. I can do modeling and rapid prototyping and that kind of thing. So I'm hoping to find more business along those lines. I'm also going after the standard small business innovative research contracts that a lot of small companies go after. So a few different agencies put those out, and it's a reasonable amount of money to do, usually do something that's related to what you're interested in. So I'm following up on those as well.